But I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
No, that does sound pretty gay.
Oh, come on, you were supposed to play along with the meme.
I know what I was supposed to say.
You ruined it. Why would you ruin it? Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, so I went back with Dubster Dive, and obviously you can tell from the title, Berserk, the good one from 1997. Because that's one of the only adaptations that exist. It's weird, between this and the recap films, there was no other Berserk anime adaptation.
No, there wasn't.
Nope.
Especially not in 2016.
That year didn't happen, man. Between that and Ghostbusters 2016, let's forget that year existed. And Umbrella
so
Corps came out that year, too. Man, 2016 was kind of a bad year. Anyways, so for those who haven't heard of Berserk, how? No, I really want to know. Just to name off some of the things that inspired, well, obviously anything from Software in the modern era took cues from Berserk. Just look at any of the Dark Souls bosses, and they even admitted their designs were inspired by the demons from Berserk. Same with some of the enemies in Bloodborne. And obviously Elden Ring. I mean, if you can't see the Berserk references in Elden Ring...
It does not have Guts' sword. What are you talking about?
Oh, and also Demon Slayer. Yeah, Demon Slayer's biggest inspiration was Berserk, especially if you get to the arcs the anime didn't cover. You could tell what Demon Slayer took. I'll get to that though when we're in the spoiler section.
It's better off not covering it, because it'll just be shit again.
Fuck you, UFO table. Couldn't you have done Berserk? Anyways. So Berserk was a manga written in 1989 by Kentaro Miura, before he died last year, because we keep losing all the cool people, apparently. But it's okay. His friend of over 40 years, Mori, took over and just put out the latest 3 chapters of manga in the last month. And, I mean, yeah, who better to take over your work than someone who's literally known you for 4 decades? But yeah, the anime is done by OLM in 1997. Same people behind Odd Taxi, which, please tell me you all have seen Odd Taxi. The show's also really good. You like Odd Taxi, right, though?
Durarara, but first.
Exactly. Durarara.
No, really.
If it were Neko Part. Wait a minute. Doesn't make sense. Well, Media Blasters would license Berserk in the US before losing the rights in 2012. You fucking idiots. Why would you do this? This show's now been out of print for 10 years. Oh, but Berserk 2016 gets to be saved. Sorry, not bitter. But the dub would be produced by NY Post in 2002. We'll get to the dub in a minute, though. So, Berserk's story follows our protagonist, Guts, who wields a giant fuck-off sword called the Dragon Slayer. Yeah, pretty sure that this is what started that craze in Japan, too. Because after this started coming out that you'll see a lot of manga doing that shit, or games. I think even Nightmare's blushing at the size of Guts' swords. Or, yeah. But does that mean he's compensating for something small? Yes. Anyways. Guts was raised to be a child soldier, a mercenary, if you will. That's all he knows how to do is fight. So he fights more or less to survive, while also trying to find his purpose in life. What is the meaning of life? It's in his teenage years, too. What?
Potatoes.
I agree. But yeah, in his teenage years, he's recruited by Griffith, the leader of a mercenary group known as the Band of the Hawk, as Griffith wants to form his own kingdom eventually by building up the Band of the Hawk to make it the best army in the kingdom. And, if you somehow don't know, Griffith is kind of a cunt. You will see. But seriously, I don't know how you wouldn't know that by now. The internet won't shut up about it if you anywhere in the anime land.
Can't believe those people in Dragon's Dogma wanted to throw him off a cliff every time they seen an NPC wearing his clothes.
Yeah. I can't either, man. He's such a nice guy. But, so what follows is Guts' relationship developing with the other characters and members of the Band of the Hawk, especially Casca, who's the main female that everyone thinks is best girl for some reason. I don't know why. But we'll get to her once we get to the dub casts and break down each character. And for those who know Berserk, at least a passing notice of it, you know it doesn't start off with, or stay the same way with them fighting nothing but other human armies. Being as how this did inspire Demon Slayer, I think you all could tell where this goes.
Human.
Yeah. Lots of demons. Lots of H.P. Lovecraft-esque demons. Including the main group of antagonists known as the God Hand, which, by the way, that is one of the most metal names for a group of antags. And a really cool Capcom game, also.
Yup, totally worth a 3 out of 10.
Damn it, IGN. Well, that's because Last of Us 2 is better. You know that. Yeah, so, could go on and on about Berserk, but, guys, just go watch it. Or, better yet, read the manga. This anime did cut out some stuff from the manga. Some of it is skippable, true, but there's a lot that's not. That's really, really fucking important. There's a reason people say Berserk to this day still has never gotten a legendary one-for-one adaptation, and it's true. This is the closest we've gotten, and even it has issues. For one, tell us how great the animation is, and how you can't tell there's production issues behind the scenes.
No, wait. I mean, still better than Dean.
Yeah.
And
but this is
never gonna get a one-for-one adaptation because because all these studios now are incompetent, apparently.
Mappa, UFO table, one of you, please just fucking do this stupid thing already.
No, they're too busy doing literally everything else.
Yeah, but this is back when studios would make up for the shortcomings of having really poor animation by actually disguising it through other means. You know, having the characters carry the scene, having the music carry the scene, etc. Whereas nowadays, they just don't give a shit.
And the scene is just dreadful in all regards.
Wait, what?
What? That's how enough some things are adapted now.
Yeah. Speaking of animation, moving on from that to the music, composer is Susumu Hirisawa, who worked on Paranoid Agent, and, okay, you know what, just any movie or anime from Satoshi Kon before he died. If you could think of it, he probably worked on it. And, yeah, the music here for Berserk, there's actually only like 10 or 11 songs on the OST, yet for some reason, I didn't get sick of any of them by the time we were done. I did laugh every time one of them played, though. Stupid fucking Berserk meme. You're welcome, Die.
Did not ruin anything.
But yeah, the soundtrack for this show I actually really like. And that's the one thing about 2016 is that people like about it, is they got him back to do more music. Yeah. So, I guess that out of the way, let's get to why this is called Dubster Dive and see how this dub works.
It just works.
Well, firstly, we have the ADR directors, Michael St. Nicholas and Lisa Ortiz. Speaking of classic fantasy things, Sawyer's is awesome. Actually, I think these two only cast each other as ad voices, right? That means I can't meme and call them assholes.
I mean, I barely even noticed them.
See, that's how you do it. With the script by, oh Jesus, Kyoko McCree, Yumiko Tamura, no I am not joking, those are the English script writers, and Lisa Ortiz also worked on the script. And, I mean, for the most part it works. Obviously you do get the odd parroting here and there, but this is one of those shows
you get that with almost everything.
Yeah. Where Guts is like, mercenary band? Being hunted?
His
The
secret
country?
technique, being a parrot. He was
Yeah.
a bird the whole time.
Well, the Band of the Hawk, man. See? Hawk, parrot, in the same vein. Batman. But yeah. And the script actually knows how to use profanity and dialogue like that sparingly instead of saying fuck every other word. Like I said, there's a time and a place for that. Black Lagoon, it worked because of the setting. This also just uses it sparingly instead of saying fuck every other 2 words. So, you know, there's that. As far as the dub itself, well, I'd say it's one of those that gets really decent around the halfway point. I'm pretty sure you noticed during the first half you could tell everyone's trying to fit into their roles. And all that.
Fits.
Well, I guess let's start with our main man, Guts. Voiced by Mark Dreisen. You know, Zolo from 4Kids One Piece. Or Wilhelm from Season 1 of ReZero. And Goen's dad in Hunter x Hunter. It's not coming back, guys. The anime's done. I'm sorry.
It's better off not coming back at this rate. Holy shit.
Yeah, so if we had to describe Guts, it's pseudo-fight sexual, at least in the beginning. Again, he was raised to fight, so that's all he really knows. Till he joins the Band of the
Parrot DNA.
Yeah, till he joins the Band of the Hawk, that's when he starts learning, like, you know, maybe what I was looking for was just a place I can belong, because my old, pseudo-father figure was kind of an asshole who just beat me, because he blamed me for his wife catching the plague and dying. So, yeah.
Oh, well, you win some, you lose some.
Speaking of, things the anime cut out that are kind of important, so Dai, did you notice Guts does not like to be touched at all? Do you remember how angry and pissed off he gets if you so much as grab his shoulder?
Yeah.
It's because he was diddled back when he was with the first mercenary group. I know, someone who's actually an assault victim reacting normally.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, it's kind of a
Bring
major
back the
point.
Shitty writing.
Major point. Anime probably could have at least. You didn't have to show it, I guess, if you didn't want to, but you should have at least made some mention of it, because otherwise it just comes across as, oh, Guts doesn't like to be touched because he's angsty and angry. Oh, there's a reason for it.
I mean, he is those two, but still.
Yeah, but it's not from a place of just trying to be edgelord Kun. Again, there's reasons for it. But yeah.
You didn't even have to flat out say it. You could have implied it. Sometimes implication is worse than showing something.
Well, in short, Guts is a fucking awesome protag. A lot of his moments here with his development, especially with Casca and Griffith, are really well handled. There's even a moment where Guts is traumatized because he accidentally kills a child. And yeah, before he did that on accident, he did see the child's training with his father, and it made him reminisce about himself, so he could relate. In short, this kind of breaks him for a bit.
No longer mind broken.
No, we're gonna get to that in a bit. But yeah, so Guts is fucking awesome protag. Love Guts, it's great. But now we have his rival friend, the leader of the Band of the Hawk, who's also has a habit of breaking into sporadic singing during the bloopers and outtakes. All those are on YouTube, by the way, and they are fucking hilarious. So Griffith is typical pretty boy hero lookalike, and very charismatic. Everyone loves to follow him. But you come to find out he's kind of a manipulative prick. And he's voiced...
No, really?
Yeah, he's voiced by Kevin T. Collins, who's Krim from Machlia When the Promised Flower Blooms. Probably butchered that pronunciation. Samuel Klein from 009 Re Cyborg. And he's Jubei from Shura no Toki Age of Chaos. I've never heard of that series. I don't even know if it's any good. Who the fuck knows?
Just go on a limb and say yes, even if you don't know.
Well, either way, yeah. These two, like him and Mark Dryson, easily steal the show every time they're in a scene. Which you have to with Griffith. You have to be able to pull off the performance of making everyone, including the audience watching, want to hear what he's saying. Again, he's supposed to be charismatic, where every time he speaks, you want to hear what he's saying, etc. So, yeah. As far as why he's an asshole...
Okay, you're
roboting. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is that okay now?
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just at the end of like every word or sentence. Probably worth a reset of the mic.
Hold on a minute. Let's see if this will work. Di, tell them how much you love Griffith and Dragon's Dogma.
Yes. Everyone does. That's why he doesn't exist anymore. Unless you get the Steam version and mod the content back in. Because rights are stupid. Or something.
Okay.
Oh.
See, wouldn't it be a disaster if it wasn't for that? Or if it wasn't a Dubster Dive?
What, aren't rights stupid?
What are we talking about?
Oh, but you can only have the content if you mod it back in on Steam. Because rights is stupid.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Griffith. That is one thing I will knock this adaptation for. So, it covers Chapter 1 of the first arc, the Black Swordsman arc. Yeah, fuck you, Kirito. Guts had that title first, bitch. Anyways, before immediately jumping to the third volume of the manga to cover the Golden Age arc. But because of where the anime ends, it makes the first episode feel disconnected.
Just a bit.
Yeah, and also because at the end of episode 1, you have Guts basically shouting Griffith that he wants to kill him before we get into the Golden Age, which flashes back to Guts' teenage years. Kind of spoils that, I guess, if you don't somehow know Griffith's a dick.
He's such a nice guy, though. He teaches you that the Little Mermaid is about BDS.
That is one of Kevin's outtakes. And it is hilarious. But yeah, Kevin T. Collins fucking steals it every time he's talking as Griffith. So... just like Mark steals it as Guts whenever he has to be serious, or angry, or angry, or
angry.
Or angry.
Or kind of miffed.
Yeah, but next we have our last major main, Casca, the second in command of the Band of the Hawk. She was saved by Griffith before bandits could, you know, have fun. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They were going to rape Casca before Griffith saved her. And she saw him as an angel to admire. This is actually something Berserk does really well, is the whole relationship between the three of them. Where Casca thinks she's in love with Griffith without realizing that she's confusing admiration for love.
Your love.
Your love. So... but either way, yeah, so Casca basically followed him, and he said, if you're going to be in my band, blah, 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 take up the sword and defend yourself. Grasp what you want with your own two hands. Which,
grasp it.
Yep. She wanted to become, or she became a warrior, even though she herself said at some point she wouldn't mind just being a normal woman, you know, and having a normal life. So... it's just a fucking badass warrior coon. Come on, man. And she's voiced by Carrie Keranen. Mommy from Madoka Magica, which that name still sounds stupid no matter how many times when you say it in English.
Yeah, it really does. Same for you.
Emma from Tokyo Revengers, and Justine Caroline and Lavenza from Persona 5's games. And hey, look at that, another voice actor who nails all of her scenes. which they managed to luck out with all 3 of these.
Also some tiny show called Kill la Kill. You should go watch the Dubster Dive of it.
I was going to bring that up, but we just covered that like 2 months ago and mentioned she was in that. I tried to win different roles if I can. I know, shameless plugins.
You're supposed to subtly bring it up and show for your own thing. Come on.
Yeah. But come on, man. It's Casca. She's a tomboy, pseudo-tsundere, etc. In fact, she starts off hating Guts. And it's not for valid, bitchy reasons either. When Guts first meets the Band of the Hawk, they try challenging him to a fight, a couple of the grunts, and Guts kills them mercilessly. Because again, they attacked him first. But from Casca's point of view, this dude just murdered 2 of her friends. So I think she's well within her reason to think Guts is kind of a dick in the beginning. Especially when Griffith, her commanding officer above her, the man she admires, says, Guts is powerful. I like him. His performance moves me. I'm not gay for him, I promise, even though there's a lot of undertones stating I might be.
More than a lot.
So, yeah. Casca already doesn't like the dude, but now the person she admires most is saying, you have to play nice with him because I want him to join our band. So, there you go. She's dealing with a lot of complicated shit. Anyway, as far as the other members of the Band of the Hawk, next we have Judo, Best Friend Kun. And everyone loves Best Friend Kun. Which, he was a thief that ended up joining with the Band of the Hawk, because he said he wanted to be with the best, because his whole motivation is, if he could never be the best, then at least he could serve under the best. And that's who he views Griffith as. The show actually does do a good job propping up Griffith as this whole larger-than-life person. And you're thinking the whole time watching, like, is Griffith really that bad of a guy? And then, well, you know.
I mean, if you can read between the lines, you could see it there.
Well, Judo is voiced by Christopher Cromer. Yukimura from Samurai Deeper Kyo. Kai Tenjo from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V and Zexal. And I'd say he does alright. I don't know why. His voice kind of reminds me of Griffin Burns. If it were dubbed today, that's probably who it would be voiced by, in my opinion. Or Eric Kimmerer. You hear it, right?
Yes.
Or is that just me? I don't know. Sounds like that to me. But yeah, Judo's a good Best Friend Kun. I'd say more on that, but I kind of can't. Spoilers and all that. After him, we have another pseudo-anime fuck-up.
Cool. I love those.
Yeah, we have Rickett. His name's actually Rickert with an R, and every other adaptation got that correct. Even 2016. They erased the second R in this version for literally no reason. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about that when we rewatched it, and when he introduced himself, I was kind of confused. But no, it's just
sounds silly.
But yeah, Rickert, or Rickett, depending on your persuasion. There was a Shota-kun that joined up with the Band of the Hawk, because again, thought Griffith was cool. He has his own motivations later on, though, that get fleshed out past this anime point. He's voiced by Michelle Newman, who's Sasuke from Samurai Deeper Kyo. I'm beginning to think they just used a lot of people from that. And Nagi from Phoenix. It's literally the name of that anime. And
Phoenix Films.
Yeah, exactly. She's another one that I think in the beginning sounds a little off, but gets into her role by the end of it, in the back half. Again, the same could be said for a lot of these people. You can tell they're trying to find their footing of what they want to do with these characters.
Foot's on the other shoe.
Well, either way, after her, or him, I guess. Let's look at the voice actor name, not the character. We have Pippin, who's, I guess, Rickert's friend. He's strong silent type kun. He barely talks, yet he's on the main cast list. That makes sense.
I think he said like 4 words in the whole anime.
Well, he's voiced by Jeff Ward. Jeff Ward is known for ad voices in Magic Users Club and Hades Project Zeamer. and Twin Signal. That's it. Just add voices in those.
The classic.
Isn't it, though? Well, yeah. That's really all there is to Pippin. You get a little more in the manga than you do here, but yeah, he's just a strong dude that's with them. But next, we have Corkus, the dick of the group, because every group needs a dick, right?
So why is this guy still alive or around, dude?
Yeah. Corkus is voiced by Mark Sebastian. Hey, we have 2 Marks on the cast list. Who's a live-action actor. He's Ted in the movie The Sunshine. And Vinny C in Glow Ropes. No, not Glow, the Netflix show that people were mad got canceled. Glow Ropes.
Fuck Netflix.
I mean, for not being in much anime, I think he did a good job. Corkus comes across like an asshole, but I mean, even he's someone that has more depth to him. He's not just generic prick coon a lot of the time. You can tell when he gets drunk is what it's all about. He just joined the Band of the Hawk because he wants to, you know, be a count someday. Yeah. He just wants to be famous. That's it. He's literally in it for the fame. He's a simple dude. Just he treats Guts like shit because Guts is... He feels Guts is ruining the balance of the Band of the Hawk because he's getting Griffith distracted, coon. Because Griffith loves him.
Swans.
The last member of the Band of the Hawk worth noting is Gustal, who's not on the main cast list, even though he should be. Gustal is someone who eventually wants to open his own store. Not nice. And he's voiced by Sean Schemmel. Sean Schemmel. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Sean Schemmel.
I think you got it right the first time.
You all know him. The 7th voice of Goku or something like that from DBZ.
Yeah. The beta.
Yeah. Which, by the way, saying it right here, holy shit, this dub went way overboard with the Sean ad voices.
And not even one of them sounded like Dr. Claw. Where's Black Doom?
Damn it. Well, yeah, so there's literally battles, like, there's Guts taking on a group of dudes, and 3 of them are voiced by Sean, so you get to hear Sean die 3 times. It's like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah. Too bad it was only 3.
There's way more than that get murked by the end, though. His performance as Gustal, though, to be fair, is fine. I don't really have an issue with it, performance-wise. Just one of those things where, Gustal, damn, man, I'm surprised you amounted way more than you did. I don't remember you being this relevant.
Master of irrelevance.
Well, that's all the main people from the Band of the Hawk. There's others, we'd be here all year. So let's go to a couple of the other side characters. Like Adon. I know it's Adon, but I'm going to call him Adon because it reminds everyone of Street Fighter.
Everyone loves him in Street Fighter. He's not obnoxious.
So Adon is one of the commanders of the Shooter Army who are trying to conquer the kingdom the Band of the Hawk are serving under. And he's voiced by Mike Pollock. Do I need to say anything more than Eggman?
I mean, yeah, he literally just plays comedic Eggman.
Adon is fucking great. If you don't stop, I will use the technique passed down through my family for over 500 years. The years go up every time he says that, too. First it's like 100, then 300. Yeah. Adon's a fun antag. He's a dick, and when he said, like,
he's just alive for way longer than I thought he'd ever would be.
Yeah.
Like,
he's pseudo-comic relief. Yeah, he's pseudo-comic relief, which you kind of need that in a setting like this, especially with where the story goes at the end. Speaking of which, a character whose screen time was more or less completely nuked from this and was barely in it, I know Nosferatu-Zod. Yeah. He only got to be in, like, 1 episode and then a cameo scene. Oh, by the way, my Paul's performance as Adon is great. Yeah, so...
He does what he's good at, being comedic villain. It's why he's probably the best version of Eggman to be a for the comedic things they're doing now.
Well, Nosferatu Zod is our first glimpse of a demon, basically, if you want to go chronologically. Which some people do start the manga by reading the Golden Age arc first, and then going back and reading the Black Swordsman arc, which I guess is a fine way to read it, if that's your thing. You know, that way the demon shit is slowly introduced to you instead of you already knowing about it. But yeah, so Zod, if I could sum him up in one word, Kenpachi.
He's in love with Guts.
And Griffith. In fact, his whole thing later on in the manga, at this point, after where this leaves off, is literally, I want to fight Guts again. Oh, he gets my blood boiling. He's so much fun. Maybe Zod did inspire Kenpachi. I wouldn't be surprised. People do call Kenpachi a demon, too. But yeah. Zod is voiced by J. David Brimmer. Who you don't know is Nobunaga from Samurai Deeper Kyo. And Yamamoto.
Again?
Yeah. And Yamamoto from Shingu, Secret of the Stellar Wars. He's also someone in Yu-Gi-Oh's name I can't pronounce. Maimon, Dai, help me out here. Something like that? I don't fucking know. I don't follow Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm sorry. Need to get into it, though. But yeah. And he does great as this role. Again, he sounds intimidating as fuck, and to be honest, it's the first time you legit see Guts and Griffith, who are constantly hailed in the first few episodes. It's like, these guys they can't be human. They're too powerful. They're taking on scores of... Yeah, they get their shit wrecked by Zod. Like, it's a complete squash match.
He never tells him to kneel, how unfortunate.
But yeah. It's a shame that he's not in the rest of the anime. Again, when we get in the spoiler section, I'm gonna bring out why they fucked up so colossally at the end. But yeah, so... he's fine. Next Dive, we have Narrator Kun, who also voices Void. If you're gonna ask who Void is, he's one of the members of the God Hand. Which they don't get much until the very last 2 or 3 episodes. And he's voiced by John Avner, who's Fuji from the Goku-sen and Gurren from Dark Side Blues. I've never seen either of these either. And he's fine. Honestly, a lot of the narrator's lines kind of remind me of something you'd hear out of Soul Calibur. You hear it, right?
Yeah.
So... yeah. Don't really have any complaints. As far as the rest of the cast, I mean... the last one worth mentioning is Charlotte, the princess of the kingdom the Band of the Hawk are working for, that Griffith is trying to marry for political gain. She's voiced by Rachel Willis, who you don't know as Misty and Jessie from Pokemon. So I don't think I need to say anything more than that. She's just a shy, timid person that thinks Griffith is so hot because she's a Griffith fangirl. I mean, do you blame her, though? Look at that hair!
Oh, so she represents the internet?
Yeah. Now, as far as some dub-only sillyisms, there's a couple. Like Adon saying that the Band of the Hawk are nothing more than schoolgirls. Pretty sure that's a dub-only line, but it is hilarious.
As far as you know.
Yeah. One of the ones I do know 100% is when Guts is fighting a dude, and... it's after he accidentally kills the child, and he just says, he's like, I need this fight. Please, I need it for the voices in my head to stop. Makes him come across like a crazy person, whereas in the original he says something along the lines of, fighting is the only thing that gives my life meaning, so fight me already. I guess they both kind of mean the same thing in the end, if you want to be technical. But yeah. Dub is alright. Again, it's from 2002, so it does have some datedisms, like I said. Ad voice recycling is all over the fucking place, with Sean being like 8,000 people. Yeah, but I think he's the only...
8,000 betas.
I think he's the only one, though. None of the other mains were double casted at all, which is how it should be. Take note, modern studios. Especially ULA.
Fuck off, Platinum, man.
But yeah. So, should you watch this? Yes, it's all free on YouTube if you don't already own it. Which, it's out of print, so yeah, if you don't already own it, the price of this is climbing really high. Especially with how sought after it is now, with the whole hype of the manga coming back after over a year, and everyone thinking that it wouldn't ever come back. Now, as far as the production issues, they kind of rear their head at the end. What do you think of the ending? Just, well, ending. Could you tell there was supposed to be a 26th episode, but it didn't quite happen?
Really?
Yeah.
If you squint, you can kind of notice.
Though, hey, to be fair, this is considered one of the most memorable climaxes in anime, and yes, there's reason for that. It is one you will never forget when seeing it. And if you somehow go into Berserk without at least hearing something about the Eclipse event, vaguely, yeah, I'm going to be really surprised. It's one of those things where no one would shut up about it.
Top 10 list Griffith is on.
Yeah, which, speaking of Griffith, he's one of my favorite antags as well. Because he's not just, I'm evil for the sake of evil. No, you know why he does his actions, even if you don't like him or think he's a cunt or agree with him. You understand it. Hell, there's even a moment where, because Griffith's whole thing is he wants to pursue his dream no matter what the cost. In fact, there's a scene where a young boy that he sees gets murked after telling him, I want a dream to be a knight. So his whole thing is, I don't want anyone to die under my command anymore. So he goes to extreme measures to strengthen his army, even going as far as selling his body to account to get money. So, that should tell you.
Oh yes, that count.
Yeah. The one who's literally obsessed with Griffith to an absurd degree. But yeah. Love all the characters. The best dub moments are definitely between the character moments between Guts and Casca. Griffith and Guts.
Unfortunately, they have Guts' theme playing.
Yeah.
Hmm. And you can have to spam that meme that has his theme playing.
We got news for you. That means you can't.
Purpose at the beginning of this video.
Yeah, the stupid part is it's a really good song that heightens any scene it's in, which is probably why people used it for those memes in particular, because they know. But before getting into spoilers and saying what this anime cut in a second, if you want to know a good way to read the manga, I can recommend you in, because I would still say read the manga if you have the ability to, instead of watching this, because, yeah, this kind of cuts out a lot of shit. I already mentioned Guts' whole thing of not wanting to be touched, as well as 2/3 of the Black Swordsman arc. Come on, man. You should read it too, Di. Beg it's someone out there, read it. But if you don't want to... There's a YouTuber known as the Almighty Lolly. No, he did that name to meme. Who basically broke down Berserk chapter by chapter, summarizing it. And the best way I could compare it to, the same way we did with Bleach. Also, or another YouTuber, if you're familiar, the Fourth Snake did with the NetherRealm shit. So even if you don't want to read the manga, that's a way to do it while you're doing something in the background. Because this is one of those series I want everyone to experience, please, guys. It is my favorite manga, for good reason. People consider it the LOTR of anime or manga, and this is one instance where I actually would agree with that. And normally I say overhyped shit is garbage, but no, I believe the hype on this one.
Or you would say anime if its adaptations didn't get fucked.
Yeah, he actually covered a vid on that on his YouTube channel too. I think it's something like Berserk, the masterpiece with no anime voice or something like that, where he breaks down the problems with all three of them. For some reason, 2016's random that vid is the longest.
I don't have a clue why.
But anyways, yeah, so, come on guys, do that. You can do it too, die while you're, like, killing monsters or some shit, I don't fucking know. Do it. Recommend it, please. I'm actually begging you guys. But alright, guys. And if you want to watch 1997 to at least see if Berserk is for you, go for it. I can say the anime's at least worth watching. It's enough to at least get your feet wet with the universe. But yeah. Spoilers, I guess. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet for those who still want to read the manga and still stick around. Dodai, the Eclipse. You ever wonder how they escaped?
They just do.
Yeah, it involves another character that got cut from the anime adaptation who's really fucking important. The character is simply known as Skull Knight. He's another supernatural being, but his whole thing is rebelling against the God Hand. You find out a lot more on him way later in the manga, but I'll just say this. He's the one who constantly shows up in the early Golden Age, warning Guts the eclipse is near, be on guard, etc., and warning him of a prophecy. Which Guts is like, oh, prophecy. It's all good. Everything's fine. I got Casca. It's all good. And then the eclipse happens. Yeah, Skull Knight's the one who shows up and basically saves Guts and Casca from being sacrificed at the end. Kind of a major fucking character to cut, guys. Just saying.
No, that's silly.
There's also entire sections of the fucking Golden Age arc cut, including what people call the Black Dog Knights arc, where when Griffith is rescued, the king sends assassins after them to try killing them. None of that is in this anime adaptation either. Because, yeah, the king kind of hates Griffith. Again, the reasons for that, but you'll have to read the manga. I'm not going to spoil everything. Let's just say the king's not exactly 100% innocent either. He's kind of a dick.
No, really? But he seems like such a nice guy when he hangs around with people like that.
But yeah. I guess that's it. We'll be here all day talking about Berserk. Seriously. Like, I don't want this video to go 4 hours, but I could damn well do it. Don't make me. As far as other adaptations, well, there was the Berserk movies, which we will cover at some point. Speaking of dubs that are considered one of the greatest ever produced. There's 2016, which... Please no, guys. Don't be a dick. And the last one I want to mention, because I think this one could actually work, is Warren Ellis himself, the creator of the Castlevania Netflix anime, said at one point after DMC he would love to do a Berserk adaptation from Chapter 1 and cover everything all the way through.
Well, I don't expect that anytime soon, being so DMC seems to be in production hell right now since we got nothing on it.
Yeah. Speaking of the Netflix Castlevania anime, he admits that a lot of the stuff he took from that was from the Berserk Conviction and Millennium Empire arcs. You know, the arcs that 2016 tried covering and did horribly. Seriously, why would you condense like a fucking 200-plus chapter arc into 12 episodes?
Because... And do it with a director that clearly knows how.
But yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that. So, the bloopers. What do you think your favorite one was, Doc? The sporadic song singing. Casca telling you to suck her dick.
Some things never change.
That's her go-to. I think my favorite was when Guts is having a serious talk with Corkus, and he just says, "I love you," in the blooper, and Corkus goes, What? Are you serious? Now you sound like a damn woman!" That's my favorite one. Oh, and you get, of course, Kevin doing the Batman theme when Griffith turns into his apostle form.
It always involves singing or bird noises.
Yeah. And the last one I'll mention because, yeah, it's pretty noticeable. Sean saying someone's outfit looks faggy. Some things do indeed never change.
And
Sean, is that your...
beta thing?
Yeah, that's his go-to.
That just shows how truly beta and insecure he is.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not even bothered by the word if anyone's wondering my thoughts on it. Again, I don't really care. Words are just words. It's just one of those things, like, that's his go-to for some reason. It does make him look a bit insecure.
And with how beta he is, yes, it's clearly some insecurities there. Just saying.
Yeah. Either way, the bloopers were hilarious. I fucking love them. I thought they were great. And I can't wait, man, when we get to Berserk. We got more of that shit. I never actually saw those bloopers. I didn't even know those had them until they were under related results.
I'm sure we have more. I'm sure the length comes from him singing some more. And though, either he didn't have any fuck-ups worth including, or those were the only ones.
Yeah, it's like he realized he was gonna fuck up, so it's like, oh, I gotta cover it up by singing. Maybe that's it. But it still made it hilarious, the Little Mermaid one.
Yeah, that was just grunting since he was in the rape.
Yeah. Oh, if anyone's gonna ask, what do I mean by Demon Slayer being as heavily inspired by Berserk? So I'm gonna sum up this for you, the similarities, because I don't know if we'll ever get to Demon Slayer. We might at some point. Wouldn't mind it. Demon Slayer's alright. So you have a main character whose everyone close to him is killed off, but one person he holds as a loved one, who is left so traumatic from the experience, she is now mute, thus setting him on a journey to cure her of her muteness and also slay the demons. Because, yeah, Casca is left completely traumatized after that event. I told you what happens after the eclipse at the anime cut. She can't even speak anymore. She's completely mind-broken. And I think you know why. I'd say it's warranted.
No, that's silly.
But yeah, just swap out Casca and Guts with Tanjiro and Nezuko, and the plots are very parallel. So, I mean, if you're going to borrow from something, might as well borrow from what some people consider the best. So I guess it worked out.
If you can't beat the rest, copy. If you can't beat the best, copy the best. Just don't do it mediocrely.
Yeah, like I said, I don't mind Demon Slayer. It's alright. So, well, maybe we gotta do it at some point. And UFO Table, after you guys are done with Demon Slayer in, like, however many seasons, go do Berserk! Please! Someone competent! That's all I want! Get Mark Dryson back as Guts and everyone else, please. What? Sorry, man. These three.
Yeah, that's way too much to ask for.
Yeah, I know. It's just these three Vuz are these characters to me. Some of the other ones being replaced, like, oh, okay, whatever, fine. But these three in particular, these are what I know them as. So.
No, no, it's not like you were marking out in ReZero because he was, well...
Yeah, that's why I was sad in Season 2 when he was replaced. It's like, ah, damn it, guys. Even though he was barely there. But yeah, this got long enough. So, I hope you were happy with my birthday pick this time. So I know last year with 3 delivery, yeah, marathoning that was not the best idea. But this one, I didn't even know what episode... Yeah, this year I didn't even know, like, what episode we were on. It's like, wait, we're already on episode, like, 17? When?
Where? Why? The only negative is it doesn't have Stalker.
Yeah, but you got Soul Calibur narrator, kind of.
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of, with his quotes in the previews and everything like that. But all I can say is this as we close out here. What do you think of Berserk, guys, and everything like that? And well, so... And no, I'm not going to list off literally everything it inspired, because it's like JoJo, we would be here all fucking day.
I mean, you could just name off a couple of Capcom IPs and call it a day.
Mashima himself admitted he took some stuff from Berserk for Fairy Tail. I wouldn't be surprised if he's just like, hey, Guts' sword, the Dragon Slayer! I got it! It also inspired shit in Inuyasha and shit too, but that's like I said, we'd be here all year. Just like JoJo inspired a lot of shit, this did too. Difference is JoJo actually good anime. I'm sorry. Not, but alright. Guess that's it.
I mean, Studio Dave isn't doing anything, maybe they could. Anyways.
I got Fire Force Season 3 with the sexy cat girl coming.
Weirdo.
Wherever you say Casca fan. How could you? You're waifuing someone who's so well written.
I know. Terrible.
But for real, these guys, get out of here. Also, if you're one of the people who said Griffith did nothing wrong, I'm sorry, I strongly disagree with that. You're free to have that opinion, but why?
Some people just say it for the memes.
But anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks again for watching. Hope you have yourselves a great day. As far as what's next, don't know yet. There might be one next week, and there might not.
That's ironically one of the first videos I get recommended. I ever get done with it. Griffith did nothing wrong.
There you go. Y'all should go do the manga, though. Please, come on. It's cool. You won't regret it. It's great. But yeah, we'll be something soon. Probably. I don't know. Also, just remember Guts shouting Griffith on top of his lungs. That's how you know it's from the 90s. You shout your arch nemesis name, repeatedly.
Huge.
What was it in, Angel Links? Gore to you! Yeah, that's what it was in Angel Links, which is also from the 90s.
Something, never change.
But anyways, done rambling. Going rambling, man. Oh. Hope you have yourselves a great day. We'll be back next time.
Probably something garbage.
And just remember, everyone, if you find a Baylet necklace, don't sell your soul to the God Hand and become an apostle. It's probably not worth it in the end.
Don't become Batman.
Don't become Batman. Oh yeah, fucking anime cut that out too. Stupid Snake Bear in episode 1 also had a Baylet. I don't think they showed that, did they? Actually, no, they might have. I don't know.
Maybe?
Yeah, because Baylets are the things to God Hand. I don't really explain that much. Maybe if they have 26 steps. Whatever. Just stop it. I'm gonna go out all day if you don't. Alright? Just, guys, go read the manga. Or watch just anime too, I guess. Last time. Have a good day. Thanks again for watching, guys.